the basis that I know a lot of successful people, and the truth that they will tell you is that
smoking, thinking if this world was mine, cause I've been putting it overtime. Ask about me, ask about my grind. Eating pasta with the red wine. A lot of niggas gave up. Now I'm investing what they save up. I can feel the jealousy when they tell me stay.
Yo, so fresh week. Last week was about building the systems, putting the systems in place so I can scale them effectively. And this week straight to it. So target for this week 2.5k. So my main job every single day is outreach. So my main forms of outreach right now is a question I get a lot in the comments, to be fair. Cold emails, and I use Upwork sometimes as well. I'm gonna start doing more content in regards to like AI stuff and how to do stuff and stuff like that as well. That's more of a long-term kind of play. What I'm gonna do, first things first, so the cold emails system that I use is actually the second video on my channel. It's like the 2-hour one where I'll go through like how to build that. But I'm gonna update that right now quickly because like there's a better way of like doing cold emails right now, and it's just like the same kind of methods as before and always, but it's more just like value first, lead magnet kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm on today, and yeah, I'll keep you updated.
that's it. So it's more on the basis that I know a lot of successful people, and the truth that they will tell you is that there's a lot of luck in this thing. There is a lot of luck in this thing. Personally.
What's a principle that you would apply? Like, let's say you're writing your own version of principles. What's something that you would say?
For me, that's a very good question.
This applies to business.
I think for me,
I think one general way that I'll take as well is that picking the right vehicle. A lot of it depends on the vehicle that you choose.
Depends exactly who you feel. And
don't get caught driving BMW.
No, I think the principle that I fundamentally believe in is what I said to you, like identify a problem you need to qualify to solve in a growing market.
Yeah.
So the first thing is you need to identify a problem. Like every business solves a problem, right? Like me being interested in football and starting a football blog, I'm probably doing that more from my passion standpoint. But it may become successful if I'm consistent with it and other people like the perspective, and the problem with them solving is community, right? That's why I think media companies struggle, because people tend to do it from a passion standpoint, and it takes so long that they have to build enough of a following for it to become a business, right? Yeah. But if you lead with a problem, you're probably gonna win like 9 out of 10 times. Now you can then identify the wrong problem. Like if you go into the coal market right now, right? Nobody's buying coal anymore. Like, you know what I mean? You need to pivot into renewable energy. So that's always my principle in business first and foremost. And I think what people need to do is have their own principles that is tested over centuries, right? That you can then apply. And you're laughing. So things like, for example, relationship, doing good by people. In the short term, you may get left over, but in the long term, if you're playing in the right arena, you will rise. Because people will be like, no, Shaq's a good guy, he always does good, you know what I mean? But if you're in the wrong environment, people are going to take advantage of you. But if you're in the wrong environment, people are going to take advantage of you.
I just wanted to touch on the conversation we was having yesterday. I think it is like very insightful, especially the point in regards to like principles and the principles around business. I think that as we go on in our journey, we should create our own principles to allow us to make better decisions in business going forward. And one thing that I asked Maz that was off camera as well, out of these 4 things, like what do you think is the most important in terms of doing business? So out of being good, having a brand, having relationships, or being early in a market. like where would you list them from 1 to 4? And I think where I would list them is being early. I think that's number 1. Number 2, I'd say relationships. 3 is the brand, and 4 is actually being good. And that might actually be kind of confusing or sound counterintuitive. Like being good is last. But yeah, the reality is you don't actually have to be the best to actually get rich or hit your goals or whatever it is you want to do. There's a lot of people that are great at what they do, but no one knows them, so they don't actually get any like high profile clients or anything that kind of takes their business to the next level. And that's why I say having a brand actually beats being good, because if you've got a brand as well, you can attract the best talent. So you can hire the best people a lot easier than just like being good yourself. And having a brand and relationships is kind of closely interlinked, but I'd say like relationships would trump that. What people don't speak about, you can get like a lot of opportunities, or you can get like a head start just having like great relationships, like without all the rest of the stuff that we're talking about. So I say that's number 2. And why I say being early is important as well, be the most important, because you can establish yourself in the market before like anyone else, so you can build the rest of those things what I'm talking about. You can build the relationships, you can build your brand, and you can get good before anyone else even enters your market. That's why I say being early is probably to me the most important. But of course that's probably the hardest thing to like reverse engineer. That's something that just kind of happens. So I think the rest is something that you can actually work on. Probably the highest ROI one that you can work on is probably like building your brand, because in turn you'll actually build relationships off the back of that. You'll attract a lot of opportunities, you attract the best talent, you attract a lot of clients off the back of it. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents anyway. All right, also I just wanted to give an update in regards to where I am this week. It's the end of the week. I finished at about, what was it? I think like 1,150 in like pounds for the week. My target was really 2.5k, but it's progress nonetheless. So just in the sake of like keeping things accountable and transparent, that's where I am. And then going into next week, hopefully we'll just build on what I've done this week. So yeah, that's where I am. Follow me on Instagram, Shaq12, if you want to just keep up with the journey. And yep, let's go.